everybody. Welcome back to the Premium Perspective. I'm Serena, and today I have with me Carines.
I'm excited to be on. First podcast ever. So, Serena, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we actually literally just met 3 weeks ago, so I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So, Al is a fitness instructor at Barry's, and he also is a realtor here in Austin, Texas.
Yep.
So, I want to jump into your background. How did you get started, and are you an Austin local? I guess let's just start into how you...
Yeah. So I started at Barry's like 7 years ago. As of like last week, I got my 7 years at Barry's. So It's been a while. But and this is probably, a lot of people probably don't know this, but that even know me in Austin, I coached soccer the last like 12 years. So I got out of college and I just feel like I didn't go that traditional like work like a 9 to 5 like after I got out of college. I did an internship in college, and basically it was my main goal. I was doing like, I went to Cal State Fullerton and I wanted to be in film, which is in LA. Yeah. And so I interned for Dr. Phil's Son, the Doctors. It was like basically a day show. There's a panel of doctors and you'd get guests, usually with needing some medical attention to something, and the panel would usually like talk them through it, and so I brought guests down to the show.
Okay.
And then when I had that role there, I like loved it. It was at Paramount Studios in LA, and I would drive up there in the morning. I would drive back for class. And I basically, when I was up there, I was sitting at this desk all day, like helping the executive producers like write ideas for this show. Yeah. And when I was sitting there after like I loved, my favorite part of the whole day was like going to grab lunch and like going around the sets. Yeah. And it was funny. And then the set over, I think we were stage 36. Stage 35 was Kevin Hart's, like The Real Husbands of Hollywood. Wow. So I got to see them all the time, which was like the coolest part. But the actual day-to-day, I didn't love. I was like at a desk, and I was just thinking to myself, like after a couple months had gone by, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this after college. Like just sit here and go over this. I need to be like moving around. And I played soccer, and I feel like my favorite part about playing was always like the working out part. Like I loved the gym part. But that's kind of like later on. So I got out of college, and then it was weird. The internship was like a year, but I graduated 6 months into the internship. So I wasn't there long enough to get the job.
Gotcha.
But I was like, I graduated too early to stay in the internship. Yeah. So I couldn't do either. So I basically had to move home. And when I moved home, I started coaching soccer. I like called some coaches that I used to play for, and they were like, we'd love to have you help out for a little bit. And I was like actively looking for jobs at the time to like get a sales job. I still thought I might go into it. It just was like I saw all my friends doing it. Yeah. And they were like, all right, we'll just give you one team. And it was like twice a week with like one team. So I'd coach the kids like twice a week. And
how old were the kids?
The kids were like 7 to 9. But I had been around coaching forever. Like I played soccer growing up all the way until I was 21. Yeah. And in the summers, even in high school, we'd always like work the summer camps and coach for the summer. And then we'd just continue playing at night. Yeah. We were like obsessed. And so I got that one team, and then I ended up like, I was like, oh, I like this like 1 hour where I'm like moving my body around and I'm demoing, and I'm like, I'm so tired after the session. Yeah. And then the director was like, oh, I could probably give you another team. Next thing I know, like 4 months later, I stopped the job hunt, and it was like I was coaching like full team. Like I'd coach at 4, and I wouldn't leave the field till like 9.
Wow!
And so I did that up until like last year or a year and a half ago when I moved here. Yeah. But after about, I think I was 22 at the 21, 22. No, I was like 23 because this is after I graduated. So 23, like 2015. And then, so I did that until all the way through, but after about 4 years, so I got to like 27, and like earlier that year, I don't know what year this was, probably 2018, 19, the director was like, hey, do you want to like do private lessons for this guy at Google? Yeah. And I would always do like kid private lessons. Like the parents would pay and I would coach the kid for an hour.
Yeah.
But I hadn't done it like an adult before.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, sure. And this kind of all ties into how I started at Barry's, but basically I started coaching this guy and he was like at Google, and I would coach him at like 8:30 at 9 at night.
Uh-huh.
And I would wait like after my session and then I would coach again. And I was already exhausted at like 9. I was like, oh my gosh. All right. So I did it for like 2 months. And then I remember going to the field that day and I was going to talk to him and be like, hey, I don't know if I can keep doing this. It's just so late. He could only train from like after he got off work at Google, which was really late.
Yeah.
This was in Mountain View, California. And so I remember going up there to tell him and he was like, I was like, hey, Charles, and he was like, "Ow, there's a group of us that want to get trained at the Google field in the mornings,
Wow.
like,
Oh my
and we'll all
gosh.
pay you, like." And I was like, "That sounds awesome." So I
Come
pulled
in
it
here.
back. Yeah, I pulled it back, and I was like, "All right, let's do this." And so every Tuesday, Thursday, I would go to the Google had its own like soccer field.
Mhm.
And so I would go there and I would train like 4. There was like building, like 1 week there was 4. The next week there was 6. The next week there was 8.
Wow. Oh my
And so
gosh,
they'd all
that's
like,
so
it was, I don't even think Venmo was around at the time. They'd all like PayPal me.
Mhm.
But it was like a dream. And then because I would do that in the morning, I felt way more rested.
Yeah.
And then I could go coach the kids at night. And in between, I could go work out. So I had kind of a structured day, but not really. Yeah, it was perfect. And then after like 3 months, 2 or 3 months, someone at Google called me and they were like, Al, they were like, is this Al? I was like, yeah. They were like, have you been training these Googlers on the soccer field? And I was like, yeah, I think we're up to like 10 now. Not even knowing that they were like, it was going to come back and they were going to be like, all right, well, you cannot, like, this is our field. Like, you need to bring them to another field if you're, because I'm basically on their campus.
Yeah.
And so, but she was like, or like, you could do this as a job for Google and you could like have a badge here and we could pay you.
That'd be so
And I was
cool.
like, done. So I actually did that until like I moved here too, which is like a year and a half ago. So I did that for like
Wow.
6 years or something. But then it was awesome. I was like working for Google in the morning.
Mhm.
I was like working out, and I always worked out at noon or earlier.
Like for
And
yourself.
yeah, for myself,
Yeah.
like commercial gym.
Mhm.
And then I would coach the kids from like 4 to 9.
Mhm.
So I like loved, it was pretty good. I was like,
That's
this is awesome. It was a lot of coaching soccer though. I definitely would get to the kids.
Mhm.
And when I was doing the Google stuff, I'd feel more tired around the kids
Yeah.
than I would if I was like, hadn't done that.
Mhm.
And I felt like I was like getting tired because you're coaching, you're literally on the field all day,
Yeah. I'm
except for that.
mom.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
my
awesome.
son, real quick, he plays for Barca FC. And so he's 9. So I understand.
Yeah. Wait, where?
So Barca just started having their own like facility here in Texas. So they have a Round Rock location and then a Coda location where the F1's at. And
That's
so,
amazing.
Yeah, so we're literally in front of the F1. Like we get to hear the races and the shows, and it's so
That's
cool.
wild.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And they've got their residences now in Arizona. Like they'll almost do like a college program,
It's so cool.
which is like like a professional. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 9.
9.
Yeah.
So he was born in like 2015.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the 2015s when I left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the younger ages. I think the younger ages, like, it's so fun. You see so much like development.
Yeah, you do know, especially
Yeah.
now his age, because he started at like 4,
Yeah.
and just like you can see now that he's older, like his
Yeah.
love for it. He just loves it. Like
I think
that's his life.
that was my like sweet spot, like the 6 to like 11.
Yeah.
I'd even go younger than that. I'd probably say 6 to like 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were just seeing so much progress quicker.
Yeah.
Whereas like when they get to 13, they're very like, they have habits
Mm-hmm.
and they're harder to break. And so they take longer to break. So they take much more like willingness
Yeah.
from the kid. Now, if they're great habits, you can make them just faster.
Yeah.
Like decision making and first touch and whatnot. But like I always loved the 6 to 9 and 10 because like any habits can be fixed so quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
they're
like,
fast learners,
yeah.
so-
And they were just very like, they're so like rewarding that age too.
Yeah.
Like they're so happy to be there.
Mhm.
And I think when you get to like 13, and older, once they get like near high
hit
school.
puberty.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't want to be there. Sometimes they're still like not forced, I guess is a bad word, but they are very like maybe like you have to do a sport.
Yeah.
And so you can see on their faces that
They're
either
like,
if they
"Whoa."
want, you can see if they, and they can even like, they start developing like, which is normal for like teenagers, but they'll start to like talk back to the coach. And whereas like 6 to 9 and 10, you can kind of handle it pretty well.
Yeah.
Um,
They talk smack to each other.
they do. And I remember even at that age, you'd be like, all right, first one to pick up all the cones. Dude, they would like bolt to go pick up the cones and all the stuff for you. You'd have everything set to go when the session was over. And like if you did that for a 14-year-old, they would be like, you're out, you're tripping. Yeah. So I was like, oh man. But
and they're all at the age too where they all want to be professional soccer players.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
And they're all like
gonna play with
Messi, Ronaldo. Yeah. They all have like this dream player in their head. And that's good though. That's amazing. Like, yeah, I think, yeah. And when they get older, they just start like, the really passionate ones are like, they're so rewarding when you're older because they're older because you're like seeing these like, if they really want it, it's amazing. That's so true. But I think it was hard. Like I had a lot of the older teams too. And when you coach the top teams, there's so much pressure on these kids. It was like, I liked coaching both. I liked coaching the top teams because you were in an environment where like, it was so competitive. And the kids were just fighting. You were like we're trying to get results and it was awesome. But I also liked coaching like the teams 3 or 4 levels back because they just were having fun. Sometimes you'd coach the top teams and like there was just too much pressure on the kids. Like parents were just like, a lot of parents were just so on top of them. And you're like, dude, like let the kid just
some of the parents are just like, come on.
I know. It's like, dude. So that was like, sometimes that was a tough thing in youth soccer. I feel like, like how to handle parents and just what they like their expectations versus their kids' expectations. But yeah, basically started coaching this Google group. And then when I went to the gym one day, which I was going every day, but like I would go there and you'd see, cause I grew up there in Mountain View and you'd see like some of your like people you went to high school with, like working out and you'd like do these quick little like 2-minute catch ups and then get back to the workout. And so there was this guy, one of my buddies from when I was a kid, Viari, and he basically saw me at the gym and we were just kept doing our normal catch up. And he was like, dude, I saw you been doing the Google stuff. I was starting to post that on Instagram and more of the coaching stuff. And he was like, bro, the Google stuff looks awesome. He was like, dude, since you're working with like adults, you should check out this thing called Berries. He goes, my girlfriend, Katie, is at Berries and she's one of the trainers and obviously it's girlfriend. And so I was like, oh dude, introduce me. I would love to know. And he was like, she's going to help start up these ones in South Bay, which are going to open up. They were only in San Francisco at the time. Okay, wow. They were like, I think 3 at the time there. And I had no idea what Berries was. And so, he was like, but they're going to open like 3 more locations down in Burlingame, Palo Alto, and Santana Row. And so I was like, all right, dude, like connect me with Katie. I hadn't met Katie at the time. And so he connected me. Then Katie wrote back and was like, dude, you should for sure try it out. You should go take a class up in San Francisco and just see if you like it before we even like move forward. So I drove up to San Francisco, which was like an hour drive. And I took this class in the marina. And I remember I just saw everyone in the lobby and I was like, oh my God, this is like a lot, you know? And it was just, yeah, for sure. I was just like, everyone's in the lobby. It seemed like a lot of groups like knew each other. I kind of had never even taken a group fitness class other than like yoga. Like I had never taken an Orange Theory class. I'd never taken F45, like anything. I love F45. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. No, I've taken them all now, but and I love them. But I'd never taken anything. So everyone was in the lobby, and then the instructor gets on the podium and is like, all right, y'all, like basically told us what we're doing. And so I was like, this is like crazy. There were like 65 people in the lobby.
Like y'all are all trying to get a job there at Barry's. Is that what that is?
No. This was just like a normal class. Yeah.
Okay,
so
okay.
she was basically like, you should go just take a normal class.
Got it.
See what you think of it. And then, I mean, if you don't like it, then there's no point.
Yeah.
So I got there and there were like 65 people in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a packed 12 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is wild. And she got up there and started telling us what we needed to grab for our weights and what muscle groups we were doing.
Was it the same vibe back then, like a red light thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Super great. The only difference was she did like a announcement in the lobby, mm-hmm. which we don't do anymore. But like she basically like huddled everyone in the lobby and we gave us like the rundown. And then we would walk in the room. Okay. But now we just walk in the room.
Yeah.
And so she basically brought us in. And I remember like during class, I'd like get certain stuff and then I would like go into my own world for certain things. Your first class, like you're just kind of like, it's a little bit of a blur.
Yeah.
But I remember the spurts that I was like, I feel like I really understood the treadmill after a while. Mm-hmm. And then the floor set, I was kind of like trying to figure it out. Yeah. I got some movements and then I was kind of like looking around. I wasn't very good at like training my ear to hear like a microphone voice either. Yeah. So I was trying to like figure that out. Mm-hmm. But I remember during the class, I was just like, how the hell is this person directing the two? Like the treadmill and the floor. I was just like, this is like insane.
That's what I think all the time.
I was like, what the hell? How the hell is she doing this? And so I was like looking for her to like look at a screen or like look at like the laptop or like, I don't know. I was looking for like a cheat code of what she was doing and I like could not figure it out.
Is it just she comes up with it?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And so I was just like, there's obviously like restrictions on like what muscle groups you're working and what's like doable on the treadmill. Yeah. And there's rules with that. But other than that, it was just awesome. I was like, and there were certain moments on the treadmill where when I was sprinting, I was like, it felt like the last sprint on earth. I was like, this is amazing. This is wild. I will say
I do my fastest every time I'm at Barry's when I do the sprints. I'm like,
yeah you're just like, dude, it felt like I was in that movie like 300. I was like, this is insane. So I get done with class, like everyone leaves, mm-hmm. and she's like, what'd you think? And I was like, that was awesome. And in my head, actually, I was like, dude, I like go from coaching soccer, like there's no way I'm going to be able to understand like how they're doing that. And I just thought it was so far out of reach because I had never taught a group fitness class. Yeah. So she was like, I was like, that was amazing. Like, I don't think I could ever do that, but that was like incredible.
You said that?
Yeah. I said that to her and I was like, I don't think I could ever do that, but like, you're amazing. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, well, why don't you like take a 10-pack mm-hmm. and just go take classes and, if you don't like them, you got 10 free classes. If you do, come back or shoot me a text and mm-hmm. we'll move on or we'll move forward. Mm-hmm. And so I took like the second, I took the third, I took the fourth, and I still wasn't like fully convinced. Then I took the fifth class and it was like kind of like a soccer vibe. And the instructor was a soccer coach too. Okay. And so I was like, and he was playing like, I feel like I'm still really big into hip hop, but I feel like I was even more into hip hop at the time.
So he had a good playlist.
Yeah, I was like, he had like Eminem, Lose Yourself, and like there was some Tupac in there, and I was like, this is insane. Mm-hmm. And so we were doing like Russian twists. These are stuff I do with like the soccer kids or older ones. But I think after that class, I was like, all right, let me get in touch with this person and and see what the next steps are.
Were you taking like a different instructor?
Yeah, every time. Okay. Yeah. So I tried to like feel a different vibe every class. And I'd only taken my first one. So I started to like understand the workout more. Yeah. Each class. So then what did I do? I basically went to training and it was awesome. And then it was a tough training, like every day for like 3 or 4 hours. And then I got it like 4 months later. Mm-hmm. And I've been there 7 years. Wow. Yeah.
And so how'd you get to Austin?
So Austin, I had been at Barry, I hit 7 years like last week. So I've been here almost 2 years. But I basically, like, 2 years ago, me and a bunch of friends were going on trips all the time in the summer. And we were going to Scottsdale. We were going to, like, Austin.
Yeah.
We were playing golf. We were going out. Like, we were just having a great time. And for some reason, I, like, was working. I was doing the soccer coaching. I was doing the berries full time. I was doing personal training. But I had this schedule where I taught every day except for Sunday, Monday. So every Saturday, we'd, like, book a trip. So, like Tuesday
every
morning.
Single Saturday?
Most Saturdays.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we were going to Scottsdale. We were going to all these different places.
Yeah.
But when I got here, I was like, dude, this place is awesome. And so I tried. I kind of, like, the minute the wheels hit the ground in the Bay Area when we flew home, I just felt so sad.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that was, like, one of the best weekends ever.
Yeah.
I just felt so sad.
Yeah.
So I was like, God damn it. And so I kind of just started getting on the phone and was like, what do I got to do to move here? Like, this would be amazing.
Did you know people here already?
I just knew, like, some people that I grew up with. Not like, I mean, I did have, like, I do have a couple really close friends.
Yeah.
But didn't know many people. And I think I was itching for a move too, though. I was itching for a move. I just grew up in the Bay.
Yeah.
Just kind of, like, felt like I was, like, just so repetitive, nothing new. And I just felt like I wanted a little change.
Yeah.
You know? So moved here within, like, a month.
So when you accepted the berries job over there, that's all you were doing? Like, were you just doing berries over there in California, or?
I was doing personal training, and then I was doing the soccer coaching.
Okay.
But I was, like, so tired by the end of the day every day. I was like, oh my God, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And so I felt like when I moved here, I just do the berries. And then I'd always wanted to get into real estate. I even thought about it when I was in the Bay. But I think it just made more sense once I had moved as well.
Yeah.
And I love real estate too. I feel like I naturally, when I drive by open houses, I always want to go in, whether I was a realtor or not.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see it. And so I had been here for about 6 months, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to start, like, diving into the real estate now. And that's been awesome. So, and it's been I always didn't want to do anything more fitness related than, like, berries. I absolutely love it. And I feel like I'll continue to love it forever.
Yeah.
And I get such a rush every time I teach, and I'm just around the community. I just enjoy it. But anything I did when I was off, I didn't want to really do fitness. I wanted it to be something different.
Yeah.
Like when I was doing the personal training, the soccer coaching, and the berries, I felt like I was just, like, exhausted.
Yeah.
And, like, I was so tired. Like, I was like, and I think it was starting to affect, like, my coaching soccer.
Well, it's like you love fitness, but then when you have, like, too much of something, it's just like you
100%.
balance. Yeah.
And I think I'd been coaching for, like, 10 years at the time, and I was just like, I feel like I was putting more of my energy in berries. And I feel like I never got to the field and didn't put a lot of energy, but I definitely felt it inside that I was just kind of, like, peeling back from coaching.
Yeah.
And then I told myself when I moved here, I just, like, wouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I actually did for, like, a week.
Here in Austin?
Yeah. For, like, a week, I, like, helped out a club, and it was, like, in the summer when I moved here. And I was just like, it is just too hot.
Oh, heck yeah.
It was, like, too hot. I was, like,
completely
dripping
different,
by the end of the practice, and I was like, dude, this is, like, unbearable. Like, I didn't even like a hot day in the Bay sometimes. And I was like, this is, like, 20 times that.
Yeah, literally. The kids get off here for summer. I think they just do, like, a summer break, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I couldn't imagine.
I feel like you'd have to throw them in, like, indoor.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, they have, like, soccer zone. So I'm like,
oh, yeah. Do, like, a camp there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I feel like it's just too hot.
Yeah. 100%.
You know? Now is, like, perfect. The weather now.
Springtime.
Right. Now, are you from Austin or?
Unicorn.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what they call me.
Not too many of those.
I know. Yeah, I grew up in, like, the South Austin area.
Okay.
So all my family's down here. Like, everybody's still here. Nobody's moved. And I just love Austin. Like, I don't see myself leaving. But it's cool because I've got to see, like, how it was back then, and so
you
now
got
how
to
much
see it
it's
develop.
Yeah, it's crazy different.
Yeah.
And so I know a lot of people that are local, and they're like, "Oh, I don't like. I want to move. All these people are moving here," but I'm just like, "No, it's so much better.
Yeah, it's
fun.
bringing it more fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's so much things to do. Like you can never be bored here. Even
I kind of
if
agree.
you didn't have no money, you could.
There's stuff to do.
Yeah, there's always stuff to do.
Yeah, it really does feel like that. I feel like every day I'm just like doing the coolest stuff.
Yeah, and you meet the coolest people.
I agree. Yeah, and I think I'm going back to real estate. Like, I just wanted to like do something that would help people too. I feel like I love like chatting.
Yeah.
I just can't sit still.
Yeah.
And so real estate was like great for me. And I've been a realtor about a year now. And it's kind of cool just starting from scratch and learning something so new.
Do you feel like you've gotten a lot of clients in real estate from Barry's? Yeah,
I've tried. I don't mix and match. I don't like mix and match that. Like I definitely like keep it pretty separate. I would rather get my clients like just from doing real estate stuff or people I've already known, and maybe like their network or whatnot. Yeah. But no, I think I obviously just want to keep it professional when I'm at work, and like I wouldn't want to hear that if someone was just going on about real estate at their fitness place. Maybe, people have asked about it, and like I'll chat. Yeah. I'll chat like if they ask, but I don't bring it up like unless asked, Yeah. But now if I'm at like an open house, then it's obviously different. Then I can like, let's go grab coffee. I think I'm more like really like trying to chat real estate more. Yeah. You have to. Yeah, for sure. There's no other option. But I mean, I've loved it. I've loved learning. It's funny. Like I feel like in the Bay Area, I could have like probably talked about the market and like not even been a realtor. But I feel like not being from here, you're just like constantly keeping up on what's going on. Yeah. And so, but I feel like I've got a good grasp of like what it's like in Austin, and people, you're right. People are moving here every day. Yeah. Literally. I never felt like that when I was in the Bay. Like, I feel like when I teach I feel like I always just like have at least two people being like, I just moved here. You know what I mean? And so when I do open houses, like people come in and they're just like, I just moved here. It's like I've never like seen that in a city. Yeah. And I think that's so cool. No, it is so cool. It's really interesting. I would at first be like, why? But now I'm like, okay, I get it. It's fun. I think people literally just have like an experience and they just like are like, I got to get out of where I'm at. Yeah. I think it's just like Austin has like the outdoor scene and the city. That's how I describe it. Yeah. It's got like really the nature. It's got like the fitness culture is pretty top tier. Yeah, it really is. It just feels like everyone's just moving their bodies. And it really does feel like it's got that like work to live balance. Yeah. Like people are out and about at like 10 a.m. during the week. Yeah. And then as soon as they get off of work, they're out too. Like you just see people. Yeah. People are just out and about. And I'm just like, dude, what is going on here? Even during the day, sometimes I'll be like, how are y'all? Coffee shops are packed. Yeah. And like, work from home, I'll go work at a coffee shop. Yeah. And I think it's such a good energy there. Yeah. Like I was at Joe's in downtown this morning and like, I was just like, dude, what is everyone doing? Yeah. You're trying to figure it out. And then it's crazy. Like you like accidentally like say you walk by and I don't know, you like brush shoulders with somebody and you're next thing you know, you're in a conversation with them. Yeah. And like, I don't feel like that in other cities as much. I feel like Austin's just like, people can't wait to chat. Yeah. That's what I told somebody. Like I have a friend, she was like, I'm kind of nervous to like get to know someone at a coffee shop. And I'm like, dude, that's why they're there. Like they want to talk to you. Kind of agree. Yeah. Yeah. That like, I feel like people just want to be around people. Yeah, I feel like COVID had people just locked up. And I think, I mean, even in fitness, I feel like so much of it was virtual. So much of it was like through a screen. And I think that's always going to be super popular. But I think people really want to be around people as well. Yeah, now there's so many clubs for everything now too. I don't know if you've seen like there's the running club and the coffee and chill. Yeah, and there's all these so cool, like fitness, like It almost feels like fitness and sobriety clubs.
It's like a trend right now.
Yeah.
Like literally nobody really cares
It's wild.
to like drink. It's like just a health kick, but
It's
kind of
wild.
I'm, like, living
yeah, I think so too. I haven't attended any, but like
I haven't either.
It's funny. Me and my buddy Mike were like walking on the bridge the other day, and we were like, "There's this guy that sells all these paintings on the bridge," so we went to go look at him. And when we were walking back, this group of like, it felt like never ending. Like was like hundreds of people were like running past us, and we were just like, "Dude, what the hell?" It was like 7 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Wow.
And we were just like, "This is insane."
Yeah.
And even Mike at the very end was like, "What running club are you guys?" And they were like, they shouted it out, and it was just so funny. We were just like, "Dude,
there's literally so
it's crazy."
Like if you were like, I don't know where to go, like you can find a list. Like there's
take your pick. You know, but it's cool. I think movement is just like such a special thing.
It is. No, for me too. So I actually have like a kind of a health story. I was like, I had my 2 kids, and then I was just like blew up. I was 165 pounds, which for me, I'm like 5 foot, so I was big. And then this was like COVID.
Yeah.
And then finally, like one of my friends took a picture of me, and I was like, oh gosh, like because I was skinny growing up.
Yeah.
So it just like one day, I don't know, maybe like depression a little bit, just eating a lot.
Yeah, and you just keep going.
Yeah. And so I saw myself, and I was like, that is not me. Like no way.
Yeah.
So then after that, during COVID, I had like bought a treadmill. I have a carport at my house. I like set up a gym. And I just started working out every day. I just started doing a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
And then I got down to 120. And so I've been at now like consistently. And so now, like, catch me at Barry's or wherever.
Yeah.
I do class pass, so I don't have an actual.
Okay, all right. So you like, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out.
I love class.
So
pass.
that
like, I need to
picks your time, or you get to pick your certain times.
No. So they have like every gym that is on there, like at 45.
And they're all like points, right? Or credits.
Yeah. So you pay like monthly for the credits, and then. Like Barry's is like 14 credits. It's kind of expensive to go to Barry's, so I don't go that much. But there's other ones. Like,
I heard it's like the highest credit.
Yeah, it is. And then Solid Core 2.
Okay.
And then like I go to one that's like called Sweat 440. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
I've heard of it, yeah.
I do like that one. It's like kind of like quick pace.
Okay.
It's kind of like F45, but literally it's just 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And so, that one is like 4 credits or whatever. But yeah, so I just do that one. And so just catch me like always trying to work out every day, because I'm like, I don't ever want to get back to
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, and props, like after having 2 kids, that's so challenging.
Yeah, it is.
Like that is such a.
Though. So like my oldest, he loves to work out.
Yeah, and he's 9.
Yeah, he's 9. So he does soccer, and he'll go outside with me on the carport gym. And
just,
like, lift some weights. But my younger son, he's like, no.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 7.
Okay, 2 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my brother's 2 years younger.
Yeah.
I'm 33. He's 31.
Okay. Nice.
And then my youngest, I think, is like brother is like 25.
Okay. So what is that gap like?
2 and then
7.
7, 8. Yeah.
Me and my siblings are all 7 years apart.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
so
wild.
I'm the oldest. I'm pretty young still, because I'm 27. Well, I'm going to be 28.
Yeah.
So I had my kids like immediately after I graduated.
Yeah.
And then my sister is like 21, and then my
the other
brother's
one's
in middle school right
wow,
now.
that's crazy.
So when I had my
I think that'd be wild to have a sibling when you're in your, like if I had a sibling that was in middle school now, I'd like feel like that'd be wild.
No, it is. It's crazy, because my 9-year-old likes to play with him. So they play soccer together for Barca, both of them. But
is it same parents or?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's interesting.
So they decided later to have another one.
No, they didn't even decide. It just happened.
Oh, it just happened. All right. Yeah, they're like, all right.
Yeah, so it was interesting, because when he was born, I was in high school. So that was like,
that's
wild. Why? Why are we already gonna?
Sometimes I feel like it probably keeps it exciting with like marriages, right? You're just like, let's have another one. Like, I feel like when you start to lose the high schooler, not that they lose you, but like they probably like
they don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, they're probably like, oh my God, they're grown out, and like you're making your own decisions, and they probably are like, oh man, we kind of miss having somebody to take care of. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean,
For
Yeah.
me, well, my kids, I already like calculated I'll be 38 when they're graduating, which is pretty young. And I'm like, I'm gonna go travel and have fun. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
good
have
for
any more
you.
kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any places that you love to travel?
I want to travel outside of the U.S. because I haven't yet. I think I've only gone to the Bahamas. That's it. But like I've gone to places in America,
Yeah.
of course, but just not like outside.
You never gone outside?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, so I want to. I want to go to Europe.
Yeah, where at?
I really want to go to Italy.
Yeah.
What else? I would love to go to Thailand. That's on my list right now.
Yeah, people love it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's different places, but
That's
we'll
cool.
see.
I went to the Philippines like a month ago.
We actually have a lot of Philippines that work for us here.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great country.
In the Philippines, yeah.
So fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the best lifestyle
Really?
ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to, oh my God, why can I not think of this right now? Anyways, we went to like it's like the main island, one of the main islands. There's so many different islands.
Yeah.
It was just like the most beautiful place. We went to Australia for a wedding.
Beautiful. Oh, I want to go to Australia.
And then because we were there, I think one of the closest countries is the Philippines, which is still 8 hours flight.
Yeah.
So me and a buddy flew there, and then, me and two buddies flew there. We all went to Australia for a wedding, and then we all decided to go to the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
One of our buddies went on like their own like trip of the islands. Mm-hmm. He had more time. I didn't have that time to do that, or I would have done that too.
Yeah.
But me and my other buddy, we went to one of the beaches, one of the islands, and it was like it was like one of the coolest. I feel like talking about it doesn't do it justice. Like it was just like, you know what it was? It was such a trek to get there. Like Australia, you're out of the airport within like 5 minutes. It's just like very like new technology, and you're just out of it quick. Like,
yeah.
And yeah. And so then when we got to the Philippines, like it was like our flight had taken off before we got there, or when we got there, like we were in it just was a trek to get there. Yeah. We like flew into Manila, and then we flew to the place the next day. I'm like forgetting where we went, but flew to the place the next day. You got to get on like a little ferry, then you got to get in a little tuk-tuk motorcycle. So it was just like, it was so, yeah, no, you're exactly right. Like we got there, and like, and during we were just like, bro, did we make the right decision? Like we're like moving to the boat, then we're going to the tuk-tuk, then we're like on this little jumper flight, you know, like this little puddle hopper. Yeah. And it just felt like a mission. And so we were kind of like back and forth, like, oh man, maybe we should have like stayed in Australia. Mm-hmm. And then when we got to where we went, it was just like the most beautiful place ever. It was like the highlight of our trip, one of the highlights. Mm-hmm. And so I'll have to get exactly where we went, but it was just like amazing.
You saw pictures?
Oh my God, yeah. Okay. It was like the coolest place ever. I want to see one. You don't have to do it right now, unless you want to. I want to know what it was called more than anything. But Philippines, I think you can just type in now where you went. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And it just pops it up. All right, except for right now.
Okay.
Never mind.
So we have.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of the story there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. I wanted to ask you about real estate. Going back into that real quick. Yeah. So, like in the year that you've gotten started, what's kind of like your favorite niche in realty? Because you know how like some people like to work with first time home buyers.
Yeah, and, like investors and more luxury. Yeah. I don't really have a niche. Like I think I will work with anyone. Yeah, I just get excited to like help anyone I can. Mm-hmm. My first deal was luxury, and that wasn't necessarily planned. Uh-huh. But yeah, it was a luxury house in kind of Seven Oaks essentially almost in Westlake. Mm-hmm. But I do probably tailor more towards like first time home buyers. Mm-hmm. I really like that Windsor Park area, like that northeastern
I
Austin.
do love that
I
area
like
too.
Mueller.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just like I like the north of Austin a lot. I mean, I'll work anywhere, but
Yeah.
I feel like I tend to gravitate
Staying
towards that
No, I
area.
feel that like kind of
Yeah.
just even working here because I'm south. So I'm over there by like Easton Park area.
Yep.
Literally right there.
Yeah.
So driving here it takes like an hour to
Am I
get here.
like
Gosh.
I was like,
No, you're good.
Yeah.
But gosh, I probably would stay south, but I do really like the Allendale and like North Loop area.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I don't know why.
I did an open house in Allendale over the weekend, and like Allendale's another great one.
It
like I
is.
feel like I love that area.
I always say I'm like, maybe I'd like to move out there.
Yeah, I mean, I was chatting with the neighbors. I was chatting with the homeowner, the realtor I was helping out. I like was chatting with him, and my broker. But Allendale's like, I mean, that's a little bit more pricey than the Windsor Park, Mueller area, but you're like next to Mopac, which I love. I mean, you've been here forever.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to be next to Mopac.
It is.
You're in between the Domain and
Just
downtown.
like this spot.
You're kind of like in this quiet suburb where you can still run down Shoal Creek though. Like you can get your fitness in there.
Yeah, like it's safe.
Yeah, a lot of kids like, I mean, when I was like doing the open house, I feel like it's like got a great neighborhood of like
To
community
be like a
and
family.
like a young family and like you're seeing kids playing soccer at the park. Like that's a great area. Yeah, like Allendale's awesome. Yeah, I think I do love the north. The west is obviously awesome. I haven't, you know what? I need to go down south more.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got a good grasp of south, but I'm like,
where do you live? Do you live?
I live north, pretty much down. I live downtown, but like north. I live on 12th and Lamar.
Okay.
You know where that bar, the tavern?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I live pretty much like 5 feet from there.
That's really
Yeah. So like, I feel like I'm north.
Yeah,
you know,
are basically.
I'm north downtown. I'm in downtown.
Like central north.
I can kind of zip out everywhere.
Yeah, that's.
And I do like being here a couple of years, just like getting to feel out like I can move anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I would love to live out of downtown right now.
No, I think
because everything's so quick for me to get to.
Yeah, you don't even have to.
Like I feel like if you're in Allendale, then if you go south for a client, you're like you could be fighting traffic. You know, I can kind of zip out anywhere like 15, 20 minutes away.
Yeah, literally everything's 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. I know Austin's hilarious. It never used to be like that in the Bay. Like I feel like I would do drives to go see buddies and hang out, like 30-minute drives. And I'd like, it would be a piece of cake. Make a call on the drive, FaceTime your buddies.
Listen to a podcast.
Listen to a podcast. Like I'd FaceTime so many friends. And like now if you need to drive like over 15 minutes, it's like a trek.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I'm like, this is so weird.
For you, no. For me, living south though, it's like, I mean, everything's still like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But to come over here in the mornings,
it's a lot.
Literally an hour drive.
Yeah.
Well, it's normally 30 minutes, but with traffic,
it's
like
wild.
an hour. So I listen to my podcast and I'm just like, reflection time.
Yeah.
Thank God for hybrid.
Well, you're south of the river is what they say here, right?
Yeah.
And so you need to go through all that traffic.
But I don't know why I love South. It's growing right now.
It is.
So it's got like the South. I like the South Congress vibe.
That's a great area. I would live down there. I love that area.
Yeah, it's good.
My girlfriend lives in Liberty Hill.
Oh, really? That's kind of.
So I go there a couple days a week.
That's like an hour drive, right?
It's far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wait till traffic dies down, or I go in the morning. But I like it out there too. Like it's a little quiet, like very open land.
One of our people here works there. I mean, lives there.
Lives in Liberty Hill.
Yeah.
It's nice, and you get some amazing sunset drives. Like you drive at the right time, it's like so pretty.
Yeah.
And if you can get past like the 10 minutes of traffic.
Yeah.
Right out of downtown, you're kind of flying, unless you're leaving at like a crazy time.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, Austin's just the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
there's a lot of offices here, huh?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Over there, they have like a physical therapist and stuff.
Really?
And they have like really nice offices.
Yeah. That's awesome. How long have you guys been here?
I don't know. Actually, I've only worked here for like a year and a couple months.
Wow.
Yeah. Before that, I was teaching at a school.
No way. What subject?
I was doing reading, and I was working with second graders and first and second graders.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of like relate to a little bit with like the soccer, just like by the end of
working
the
with
day.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have my own kids, and so they were going to that school. And then by the time we got home, I was just like tired.
Yeah, kids are exhausting.
They are. They're so exhausting.
Yeah.
And I just felt like my heart wasn't really in it.
Yeah.
You know, like in the beginning, I did love to work with kids, and then like as things moved on, I was like, it's very repetitious.
Dude, I feel like that's a real thing. Like when you just feel it.
Yeah.
And you just know.
And I felt bad. I was like, these kids deserve better than I right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like it's easy to try and fight it.
Uh-huh.
You're like, you try to like fight like that feeling, and you try to like almost like convince yourself that you do love it. Yeah, for sure. And I feel like probably so many people that happens to. And it is hard to leave that stuff. It's like,
it is.
You think about like the kids, you think about like structure, and just like people don't like change, right? Like you just don't want to change.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I kind of like change though.
Yeah.
So I was ready for it, but at the same time, it's still scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I do marketing here. And so like when you work in a school, I wasn't really doing like any of the marketing. Really. I started venturing out and applied for
doing your own.
It was funny because then when I got here, like we target realtors, and I was like, oh, perfect. I know like.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you asked me to be on. I've never done a podcast, but I do like, I mean, I love that you invited me. This is so cool.
Yeah, it is fun. You make it really easy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, am I chatting too much?
No, it's good because I'm a chatter too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this has been awesome. This is so cool. And it just brings like, I feel like everyone, I'm sure, likes talking about like memories or
so you get
like
to go back
a story. So I get to like relive my memory through my story, and I'm like, that was awesome.
And then people get to hear this.
Yeah, like no one knows.
Like listening to other people's stories.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I felt like that with change. Like when I moved to Austin, I was like there was such a buildup when I was leaving the Bay.
Yeah.
For like leaving, like this is my last day. My friend my friends Danny and Kayvon, like two of my super close friends, like took me out the night before. We went out to the club and it was funny. Like we did this whole send off, and I left the next day, and then I landed and I freaking like didn't know anybody, and I was like, I like literally was like, what have I done?
Oh my gosh!
Like my heart like sank. I was at an Airbnb, and I was just like, God damn it. Like, why did I do this? You know? And then like a year goes by, and I'm just like, this is the best place ever. Yeah.
That's funny.
But it is so hard to leave like anything that you're used to.
Yeah, so true. But once you do it, like when you do it the first time, then you're just like, oh, I can do this.
You could do it again. Yeah. It's like, yeah. It's also like clockwork after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to feel those feelings too, because it's hard when you're so structured and like used to what you're doing.
Yeah, like
you never get that feeling of like change or like a gut wrench.
That's what I tell myself. I'm like, after a while, I'm like, okay, what's next? Because I don't want to have like, I mean, it's nice to be comfortable for a little bit, but then afterwards, it's just like, okay, I need something.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of want to get into your personal life a little bit, because we've talked about like real estate, we talked about berries, and so it's like, how do you keep up with like maintaining like yourself? Like you do fitness for other people, you take care of people there, you take care of people with their houses. So like, what do you do for yourself?
I need to do that more. I feel like I at the end of the day, I feel like it's so hard to like do something for myself. I feel like almost whenever I feel like that, I'll like go chat with people, you know, to like not feel like that, which is probably a gift and a curse in a way, you know?
Yeah, I do that too.
But what do I do?
It's too quiet.
Yeah. Like I mean, I'm always in a better mood when I get my workout in the morning. Obviously it's harder on days where I teach like at 6 a.m. But if I work out like this morning, John and I, just one of my buddies that I've met here over the past year, we got up at like 5 a.m. and worked out at Gold's like 6 a.m.
Is that your commercial gym that you go to?
Yeah, no, I'm on like a 3-day trial.
Oh, okay,
But basically, I go to the Los Campeones, like which is like 10 minutes
my
north.
cousin, I don't know if he still works there, but he did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like one of the best. Probably the best gym I've been in.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the vibe?
Yeah, commercial gym. They've just got all this updated equipment. They got plenty of it. Never feels crowded. Even when it is crowded, never feels like that because they've got like 3 different rooms and they're huge.
Oh, that's good.
And they've got plenty of squat. They've just got everything that like is typically used at other gyms. Yeah. And you're waiting.
Yeah, because I go to Gold's on Slaughter.
Yeah.
God, it's like
and you're just waiting. Oh my God, I know. So the only reason I went to Gold's was I can walk there. And John lives downtown too. Oh, okay. And Gold's is really close to him and he's a member there. So, yeah, it was funny yesterday. Like I was like, oh, can I get a free day? And I think I was supposed to pay a day fee. And they basically were like, they checked my ID and they were like, oh, you're a local. All right, you get a day pass. So I was like, all right, awesome. So I looked it up. I looked up the membership just because I was like, if it's cheap enough, I'll just, right? I think it's 40 if you're month to month, 20, if 29 or something, if you're do like a 12-month contract. Yeah. But it was so funny. This morning, me and John, I walk in before John. I don't know what he was doing, but like I get there and I saw the 2 deskers that had like gave me the free day pass before. And so I went up to one of them and I was like, hey man, I had a free trial yesterday. And the next words out of my mouth were I would love to like get a membership here. And like right when I finished my first line saying like, hey, I did a free trial yesterday, he was like, oh yeah, you're good. And so I didn't even get to say my second line and I was like, awesome. Cool. So I just walked back and I was like, I don't know how long my free trial is, but I probably will get a membership there when I'm done. It's like such a good,
convenient because it's like right there.
I kind of like, I've been going to like YTX too and doing yoga and like, I just like, that's walkable. I think I just don't like the drive. Yeah, it's like a yoga studio like in downtown.
There is one that I went to downtown. I can't remember the name. I think it was like Pure Yoga or something.
Heard of that. But Gold's is just walkable and I was like, oh, this could be better. If you get up early, no one's on the machines usually that you're using, but just those peak slots are just like insane.
Yeah. What's the earliest you've gone up for the gym? Have you ever been like a 5 a.m.? Like,
yeah. I mean, I used to have a tonal in my house, have you ever heard of tonal?
Yes, I want
It's like the screen and
I just went to a friend's house literally 2 weeks ago. They had one and I was like, I need this.
Yeah, I used it in the Bay Area all the time. Yeah. It was amazing.
No, it is. It's a game
I would get up
changer.
before and work out. Like if I taught at 6, I'd get up before. But I'm like in a better mood all day when I've worked out in the morning.
Me too.
And
I don't do that anymore. It sucks.
I feel cranky if I like don't get a workout in the morning. If I like, and I probably won't even work out if I don't do it in the morning.
Really?
Like I'll just like I'll like talk myself out of it. So that's probably the biggest thing I do for myself. I play a lot of golf. Okay, nice. Love golf. That's probably my favorite sport. Hang out with my girlfriend. That's always amazing. And then I've got some friends that live in Dallas. Yeah. Which is kind of far, but like they're just, I like, one of them's been a best friend forever. And so since we were kids, and so like I'll drive up and go see them. I did that this past weekend. Not a bad drive either. No, it's actually easy. And I actually like the long drives. I just don't like the little like 6-minute drives around downtown or wherever. I'll do like a 2 or 3 hour drive.
Those just feel like, what's the point?
Yeah, right? But like I actually like I got out of my open house and just hit the road on Sunday. And it felt like I lived in the Bay Area for a little bit because I didn't teach till Tuesday, so I came back Tuesday morning.
Oh, I think I saw your story. And you were down there at the beach, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Port Aransas. That was the first time on the beach in Texas.
Really? Have you ever, or you just said first time, you should go to South Padre Island.
Really?
Yeah, that's a really nice beach, but it's a 6-hour drive. Oof. But it's its own little private island.
Really?
Yeah, it's really nice.
That sounds great.
It is. The water's a lot better.
Can you fly?
You can.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's like Port Isabel.
Really?
Like the city right next to it. So it's really nice.
That was a far drive, Port Aransas, but it was great. It was quiet too. I think it's like not peak season.
Yeah.
Felt like
That's what I've
no one was
heard,
on the
and it's
beach. It
just
was
like-
so peaceful.
Yeah, like a peaceful vibe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I play a lot of golf. Golf is like, I love golf.
Mhm.
I want to start getting into paddle. Have you heard of paddle?
I
It's
have
like
not.
not better than pickleball, like less than tennis. People are loving this sport.
So is this like a new sport?
It's a
that's coming
new
out?
fad, but it's like not really a fad. It's like the biggest thing in Europe, and they're bringing it here
Okay.
now. A lot of
Okay,
athletes are
nice.
playing. A lot of like,
Uh-huh.
I never played, so I can't really give any more info. But like, I've a lot of friends play, and I want to
Let's
play.
look it up.
Been focused on my sleep though too.
Mhm.
I'm like trying to
It's
get.
important.
I'm really trying to get like 8 hours.
Yeah. So what time do you go to bed?
Like yesterday, I was in bed by like 9:30,
That's so good.
that's the earliest I've ever been in bed.
Really?
And like that's because I knew I had to meet John at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I wake up, I'm like, bro, I need to call this guy and cancel
Yeah.
because I can't get out of bed.
I'm so bad.
But if
at
I have
getting out of
someone keeping me accountable,
bed. Mhm.
I'll like feel bad. Even though I'm about to cancel, I'll feel bad. And then I'll like,
it's
and then
like-
I won't do it. And then
Yeah.
I'll even hear their voice when I'm about to cancel. I'll be like, what's up, bro? Like, and literally the next words out of my mouth are like,
See,
bro,
love
I'm
it.
so tired. Like, and then he's like, yeah, man, I'm just getting ready. I'm like, all right, let me get my ass moving. You know, like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a second. But
That's funny.
yeah, so I was saying, and like, it's always those days too that you're like, man, I wanted to like just call it. And then I had the best workout of my life,
Yeah.
you know?
That always happens.
Yeah.
No, me and my cousin, we used to be 5 a.m. gym girls, and she's the one. I suck at waking up. Like, even
Yeah.
to this day, I'm not a morning person. I'm just not. I
Really?
wish I could be. But same thing. She would call me. She'd be like, get up. And I was like, fine. Like,
Yeah.
she's
If you have
awake, I
someone keeping you
to.
accountable, there's something in that you're like, I cannot let this person
Yeah,
down.
they're counting on me, and they're going to be alone.
Yeah. And I've had so many 5 a.m. alarms when it's just me working out. And I've
Same.
slept through 95% of them.
Yeah. I saw a meme, and it's like, or it was like a reel or something, but it's like my alarm clock's going off, and it's like a dog. He's DJing.
Yeah.
The alarm sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's me. Like,
I
don't
know. We just
hear
won't
them.
even do it.
Yeah. Well, I had to get an app. It's called Alarmy, and
Really?
it makes you
I
do.
think I have that too.
Yeah, and it's like you have to do a math problem to wake up. It lets you do different stuff.
Yeah. And it won't shut it off.
Yeah, until you do them. And so I
Yeah.
have mine set on like 6.
I think I have
and
that too. And it like, some of them, you can do motivational chats
Yeah.
to like chat you up. I always like that.
Yeah,
But,
so that's been helping me, but otherwise I'm like, no, I'm useless.
It's
in
so
the
hard.
morning. Yeah. We'll have to do this again.
Yeah, this
because
is
we had,
awesome.
like, a great
I would
talk.
love to.
All right, well, thank you so much, Al, for coming and
Thanks,
joining me
Serena. This has
today.
been
Yeah,
amazing.
of
Thank
course.
you.
We'll have to see you
I
again
love it.
soon.
I'll definitely be back.
Okay. thanks
See
for
ya.
watching.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.